Welcome to episode 14 of Locker Talk, the show everything WWE, past, present, and future. Your favorite non-wrestling wrestling show on all of YouTube. I am your host Colton, and as always by my side, the main event Matt. We're going to have a great show for you this week. Matt, why don't you kick it off by letting everyone know what we're going to have on this week's episode?
I'd love to. We are going to talk about Payback, our predictions for Payback. We're going to go over a very special fan question that we'll get you later on. We also have some fantastic announcements for you tonight. But right now I'm going to kick it back over to Colton for the first match on our card for Payback.
All right, thanks, Matt. Our first match is the pre-match of the new Mega Powers against the new crappy Legion of Doom. Axel and Sandow against the Ascension. Yeah, okay. It's something. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely something. Axel and Sandow are going to win because I don't think the Ascension are allowed to win a match in their contract. And so while Matt fidgets around, I'm going to keep talking until I kick it back over to him to give us his great prediction for this awesome, fantastic match.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know why this match is happening. I love the Ascension for what they are. I love the power that they have. I think that they could be the great heel tag team of the tag team division. But we will get to heel tag teams of the tag team division later on, so I'm not going to say too much about that. Axel and Sandow, I believe, will win this match. I don't know why this match is happening. It's a brain buster for me. But, I mean, it won't be terrible. Which brings us to I don't know why matches are happening, segment part 2. In the second match in this card, Naomi and Tamina versus the Bella Twins. I mean, Naomi and Tamina are very athletic. The Bella Twins are very athletic, very talented. If you asked me 2 months ago, 3 months ago, if I cared about the Bella Twins, I'd said no. They've upped their game so much lately. I'm so proud of them with what they've done in the wrestling ring. I actually enjoy watching them wrestle, which is saying a lot for the tag team or the Divas division.
There you go.
It takes a very talented diva to actually make a hardcore wrestling fan want to watch it, and there's so few of them nowadays. So hats off to the Bella Twins. I think the Bella Twins will win this to assert their domination further over Naomi and her quest for the Divas Divas Championship. Sorry.
You finally got it out. It's okay. It's not an important match. Yeah, I think Naomi and Tamina will win just on the fact that this is kind of a throwaway match where the Divas title isn't going to be a factor in the match. Like you said, the Bellas have improved so much over the past year. They've done really, really well. And Tamina really is just a straight up badass. Like that chick she's a badass chick. And so, I think, I don't know, I just can't find a way to care for this match. This isn't what I was thinking of when I thought of give Divas a chance, but that's neither here nor there. It'll be a little filler match, and that's okay. But our next match on the card is something that kind of a match that just became official quite recently, but something that is being built to for a little while now. Ryback against Bray Wyatt. And to me, I can't care about this match. I don't know what it is. I don't remember what it's like for Bray Wyatt to wrestle a match. I think he's maybe had 1 or 2 matches since WrestleMania. I remember one on SmackDown. That's really all I remember. But I don't see Bray Wyatt losing to Ryback. I don't mind Ryback. I'm not a big fan of him. I'm not really a big fan of Bray Wyatt either. I'm kind of getting tired of just listening to him do promos every week and not wrestle. It's not my idea of what a star should be. And so I feel like if they give a little bit more direction to Bray Wyatt, have him actually out wrestling matches every week. He's a talented guy, and so if we can do that, I might care about Bray Wyatt a little bit more. But as of right now, I just really don't. I don't really care about his character right now. It's just really not doing it for me. But I still predict Bray Wyatt will win this match.
Let me tell you something about the new face of fear. Why don't you just shut up about the new face of fear and get in the ring and wrestle a match, man? I can't honestly tell you what it feels like to watch Bray Wyatt wrestle a match because I haven't seen it in such a long time. He's getting to a stale character now. If you just see him in the smoky room, flashing his gloved hand around, talking, it's getting old. We want to see you wrestle. I don't care if it's against R-Truth every single night and you beat him. At least we get to see you wrestle. At least we get to know you're shedding a few pounds off of that giant beer gut that we all know that you have. I mean, Ryback is a talented guy. A lot of people don't like him because he's just muscular and he has a few moves. He's like Goldberg, essentially. I know WWE wants us to forget about Goldberg. But, I mean, to have him faced as Bray Wyatt, that's just setting him up as, hey, you're going to job again for this guy who doesn't like to wrestle a whole lot. It kind of frustrates me. This whole match frustrates me when Ryback turned his career around with that injury. Obviously, Bray Wyatt is going to win this match because you're not going to have him lose another match after his loss to Undertaker. But enough of that, because I could rant on about Bray Wyatt for hours. Our next match is a match that I am actually looking forward to quite a bit. New Day versus Kid and Cesaro in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the titles. Because we can't say belt anymore because that's politically incorrect according to WWE standards, because a belt is something that holds your pants up, I guess. This is going to go to 3 falls because it's going to be such a good match. We don't have confirmed anything about who will wrestle for the New Day. My gut tells me it's going to be Kofi Kingston and Big E because no one wants to see Xavier Woods in anything, really. It's going to be fun to watch. I'm just waiting for the day that Xavier Woods finally goes off against, and her name is slipping right now. Can you help me out here?
Talking about the loud Bella twin in a yelling match?
No, Tyson Kidd's wife.
Natalia,
there we go. I was thinking of her Instagram screen name for some reason. I was like, that's
I feel like
not
you spend
her
a lot
name.
of time looking at her Instagram, don't you, Matt?
That's neither here nor there. She posts like 3 times a day. I'm waiting for when Natalia and Xavier Woods actually go at it in a fight, because that's gonna happen sooner or later. It's gonna be hysterical. I believe that New Day will win 2 out of 3 falls, because why take the titles off of them when you just gave it to them, even though Kid and Cesaro look way better with that gold.
Yeah, I agree. New Day wins the first fall, and New Day wins the 3rd fall to win the 2 out of 3 falls match. I thought that the New Day and Kid Cesaro had the best match at our last pay-per-view, and I think this has a good chance to steal the show again in this pay-per-view at Payback. Yeah, it should just be a really fun match. I like the dynamic that Freebird rule adds to it. We don't know who's going to be in the match. I mean, if Xavier... we're having a big problem tonight saying things, aren't we? if Xavier Woods is in the match, I'd love to see him kind of do the thing that Sheamus doing, where he kind of commentates his own match and kind of yells things out while he's wrestling. I think that could be pretty entertaining. But yeah, New Day wins. There's no reason to take the titles off them. I like what they're doing. They've gotten a lot better. They're finally going with this and have something good that I think we all really enjoy. And it's fun to see Tyson Kidd and Cesaro as good guys that we've wanted for a long time. But that leads us into our next match of the Battle of the Brits, part 437,019. King Barrett against everybody's favorite man, except for Gravity, Neville. Yes, the point. We've seen this match many times over. A lot of people, I feel like, are thinking that this is stale, but honestly, these guys are so good. I could just watch them wrestle over. I don't really need a great storyline to go with this. Just put these two guys in the ring. They're going to have a great match together. I struggle to pick someone to win this match. They obviously want Neville to look good, but at the same time, Barrett just won the King of the Ring, which kind of leads me down two different paths. As we saw with Sheamus in 2010, he kind of went on a bit of a losing streak after winning King of the Ring. But at the same time, I feel like if they're doing this right, they should be making the King look strong. And so, sadly, I hate doing this, but I'm going to pick King Barrett to win this match over Neville in an entertaining match. We should have a few really entertaining matches of just really good classic wrestling. I feel like this is going to be one of them.
I absolutely agree. A lot of people will say it is stale, but I could watch these two guys wrestle over and over again. They're just so good. Bad News Barry did just win King of the Ring, but I mean, I can't consciously go against my boy Neville. I mean, Neville is just so good. Every match he steps into, it becomes an A+ match. He's good, and this match is probably going to be one of the top 2 best matches on this card at the end of the day, because we have 2 healthy, 100% guys that love to fight going at it. I believe Neville will win this, as to make Neville look strong. Another win against Bad News Barrett in his fight to get the newly vacant Intercontinental Championship. No segue whatsoever, but bring us into our next match. Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler in what I believe is a poorly built rivalry. I'm not into it whatsoever. This rivalry was almost built to disappoint because they're not really doing much with it. Dolph Ziggler deserves better than this rivalry, I would say, even though he looks always like he walked out of a 1980s film. Maybe Say Anything. Maybe he walked out of the set of Say Anything. No? For a shot. Cheap pop for Say Anything. Sheamus, I love the new Sheamus look, but this is not the person that Sheamus should be fighting. It's just not. I believe Dolph Ziggler will walk away with another victory because there's no title involved, so Dolph Ziggler always gets those non-title victories. Dolph Ziggler walks away. He makes Sheamus look strong, but Sheamus always looks strong anyway, so it'll be an overall, I think, 8 out of 10 star match.
All right, you say that Dolph Ziggler always gets non-title victories. The other thing he always gets is brogue kicks to the face. I don't know how many times I've seen Dolph Ziggler get kicked in the face by Sheamus, and unfortunately it's going to happen again at Payback. Ziggler got the surprise win last time, and so I don't think they're going to have the same lightning strike twice, and it breaks my heart to pick against my favorite guy, Dolph Ziggler, but Sheamus is going to win this match. I feel like this could be a stepping off point where we might get Sheamus as our new Intercontinental Champion, but we'll get to that in a few weeks when we talk about the Elimination Chamber. But, like I said, that's for another day. Sadly, Dolph Ziggler doesn't win this match. He doesn't get redemption on Sheamus by having him kiss his ass, because for some reason, he still wants that to happen. For some reason. While still looking like William Zabka 20 years later. Anyways, our next match is a match built in... I don't know where it was built in. It's a really stupid match. John Cena against Rusev in a John Cena match. I mean, an I Quit match. They've mentioned this on Raw for like 100 times. John Cena's never lost an I Quit match. And for some reason, Rusev wanted an I Quit match against John Cena. I don't know why that idea was thrown out there. But I feel like this is just way overdone. We all assumed that the end would be last pay-per-view. I keep saying last pay-per-view because I can't remember what the name of the last pay-per-view was. And so I'm going to continue to say last pay-per-view until I can remember it. But Cena wins this match, obviously. Rusev's not going to say I quit. I'm going to agree with what the internet is saying. Lana is going to quit for Rusev, which furthers their split, and they're going to split up, and Lana's going to be a good girl, guy, babyface, whatever. Rusev's still going to be bad. Cena's going to win another I Quit match. Yada, yada, yada. And Bob's your uncle. Matt, what do you think?
The name of the last pay-per-view was Extreme Rules.
Oh, yeah. See how memorable it was? Yeah.
I got one word for this, and you've all heard me say it before. Say it with me. It is stale.
Oh. Sorry, I was thinking of somebody else.
It is stale, this rivalry. How are you going to have John Cena quit? He has never give up all over his fucking gear. I mean, seriously. Every shirt says it. What are you going to have him say, I quit, and then all these little kids say, oh, it's okay to quit. John Cena gave up. I mean, honestly, why would you ever put John Cena in an I Quit match? That's as useful as a poopy flavored lollipop, honestly. Obviously, John Cena's gonna win this. They are just tearing Rusev a new one here. After a year of having the best built matches ever, they're like, F this guy. He doesn't need anything else. So I have him lose to John Cena a couple times, and he can be back in NXT for a while, because we don't need him. False. We need Rusev. He's a great heel and doesn't deserve this kind of action. Moving on before I get more vulgar. We're going to move on to our main event here. And it is Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton versus Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns. Let me tell you what, as much as I have fun saying all those guys' names, this is going to be a good match. Seth Rollins, I hate the guy. I hate him as a person. I hate him as a wrestler. I hate him, period. He's a good heel. He's a good main heel, as much as I hate to admit that. He is the Creed / Nickelback of WWE. You just love to hate him. You don't have a reason for it. You just hate the guy. Dean Ambrose has stood tall, which doesn't necessarily mean good things for Dean Ambrose. Roman Reigns has looked strong. Excuse me. Has looked strong in his 13,000 matches versus Kane and Big Show. I don't remember a time when Roman Reigns has wrestled anyone but Kane and Big Show, honestly.
I don't know.
And Randy Orton is obviously a Viper, but this match, as good as it looks, you're not going to have another victor but Seth Rollins. You're not going to have them take the title off because the Authority, that's just too good of a storyline. Honestly, at this point, the only person I see taking the title off of Seth Rollins is Kane. In some sort of a weird match where Kane wins the title for maybe a week, then Roman Reigns wins the title. Either way, Seth Rollins has a beatdown waiting for him, and that is courtesy of Kane. Other than that, Seth Rollins wins this match. What do you think, Colton?
I think I'd like to give you an award for Best Rant of the Year. That was magical, and I'd like to thank you for it. But moving on to the match, like you said, Seth Rollins is going to win this match. There's not really another way around it. A lot of people are speculating on whether more likely Dean Ambrose will turn heel or his smaller chance Roman Reigns will turn heel. I don't think they're going to do that. I just think it's just going to be Seth Rollins ends up winning. Kane doesn't get fired from his post of being Kane. And we just have to endure this a little more. It should be a really good match. There's a lot of potential for some fun stuff in Fatal 4-Ways. All four of these guys have great talent. I don't care what you say about Roman Reigns. They're all really, really good. It should be a really fun match. But I just don't see Seth Rollins losing this match. They're not going to take the title away from him. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He's going to have a pretty lengthy title reign. And yeah, those are our picks for Fastlane. We're curious to know what you guys think. So in the next 24 hours before Fastlane starts, let us know what you think is going to happen, who's going to win, who's going to lose. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us, etc., etc.? But now we move on to our fan question of the week. And this is a very special fan. I know this guy is one of our number one fans, or he's not our number one fan. He's one of our top fans. His name is Matthew Palikajig. I can't really pronounce his last name. It's really a weird name. I feel bad for the guy. He's not the best looking guy in the world, but he tries and he's a fan. So Matthew Palikajig, we appreciate your question. And Matthew wants to know who we think is going to take the place of Daniel Bryan on the roster. So Matt, the main event, let us know who is going to take Daniel Bryan's place as the B+ player.
Houston, we have a problem. There's a red arrow headed straight towards us right now. And with that, you have your answer. Neville will take the place of Daniel Bryan. Is there really anyone else? You could say Dolph Ziggler, but does he really have the fan appeal at this moment in time? I would say no. Neville, there are really only two wrestlers that get the biggest pops of the night, and that's Dean Ambrose and Neville. And of course, with that, I should answer my own question. The WWE creative team, of course, would bury Dean Ambrose and Neville because they get the biggest pops. But Neville should replace him. Neville has almost the same height, give or take a few inches. Has a bigger build, is stronger, has overall better matches. Like I said, the Neville-John Cena match this past Monday night is the best Monday Night Raw match I have seen in 2015. They just went at it. Neville goes at it every single match he is in. He is so good. And also, shout out to the camera crew because you got some great shots of Neville's teeth in there, which we've never actually seen until this past Monday Night Raw. They've made their first Monday Night Raw appearance. Shout out to Neville's teeth. Also, shout out to not all British people have bad teeth. Great dental work, Neville. I can see you're flossing. I mean, Neville is your next Intercontinental Champion. Maybe not the Elimination Chamber, but in some time in 2015, you'll see him hold the title, and you'll see him hold the title with prestige because he should be your top mid-card babyface, just like Daniel Bryan was.
Yeah, I can't argue with that at all. And I see them on very similar career paths. Unfortunately, in Neville's case, hopefully not in the injury department, but I see Neville as being the guy who everyone cheers for and everybody wants to be in the main event, but the powers that be will see it differently and will do what they think is best for business and not put him in the main event spot. I sadly feel like Neville might be relegated to the mid-card for most of his career. I really hope he becomes a main event guy and wins, multiple World Heavyweight Championships, but I don't see it. So I agree with you on that. Like you said, also Dolph Ziggler. He's Dolph Ziggler. He goes out and has great matches as a Daniel Bryan, and he's just really good, really talented. He's really over with the fans, same as Dean Ambrose. It'll be really hard to replace a guy like Daniel Bryan. There's just something really special about Daniel Bryan, and he just got over the fans in a way that we haven't seen in a really, really long time with the Yes Movement and everything that goes on with that. And so thank you to Matthew for sending that question. I hope you enjoyed getting a shout out on the show. I don't remember what his Twitter handle is. It's tennis ass and something along those lines. Anywho, Matt, why don't you let us start out with a little bit of the announcements? I know we have a really, really big one. Let's let the fans in on the big secret that isn't really a secret.
Well, next week is the return of a Jedi as he is building it. We build it as the return of Farmer. Yeah. Daniel Farmer, that is right, folks. Daniel Farmer returns to WWE Locker Talk, your favorite non-wrestling wrestling show on YouTube, in a very special double reaction video. You heard me right. Double reaction video.
That's
double reaction, as in Payback and NXT reaction video. And there's going to be a few differences in the video. The first person to spot it out might get a shout out in that reaction, or in the next video, not the reaction video, in the next video. And also that reaction video will be live, folks. You guessed it, live. The first Locker Talk live film featuring both of us. Previously, you've had 2 Colton live videos. You've never seen the both of us in live before. It will be awesome. It'll be great. It'll be amazing. It'll be everything. It will be the opposite of Boulder Dash. Let me tell you what. Farmer will also be there via phone, as always. We love what he did before. He should be great on this one. We're all going to watch NXT together at the same time, as well as all of you guys watch NXT. Make sure you check into that because it's going to be great. Colton, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I know our diehard fans have been clamoring for more Farmer, and so we're going to give it to you. I'm really excited about this. We're going to go over NXT TakeOver Unstoppable next week. Should be a great show. And instead of filming 2 separate episodes, we're just going to throw Payback in right at the same time. I know you're thinking that's a lot of Locker Talk for 1 week, but guess what? I promise you it gets better. Because we could just do that and have that be our show, have a live show. But you know what? We care too much about entertaining the fans. So we're going to have our regular Saturday show, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be jam-packed with amazing action. And I kind of don't want to tell you what it's going to be because it's so awesome, but I think I'm going to tell you anyways. First off, starting off, we're going to talk about who we think should be the face of the company John Cena or Randy Orton. We're going to argue it out. We're going to give our points. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. The second part of that show, we're going to talk about our favorite ladder matches that you might not remember. We're not going to talk about Shawn and Razor. We're not going to talk about TLC at WrestleMania 17. Some matches that you might have forgotten. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of fun talking about those matches. We're going to have fun watching those matches to get ready for the show. It's going to be great. Matt, do you have anything else to add, or do we need to go straight to our hashtag of the week?
I do not. Do you have anything else hashtag-wise to add to this show?
I do. I have a very special hashtag of the week, and this one makes me excited. So, hashtag they want you to take the roles.
All right, I guess there's one thing left to do. Make
Nature Boy!